And we are back on the air, and it is time for the kayfabe issues. Hit my intro. Nope.
Wrong one.
Alright, apparently Sin Cara is in charge of the sound.
I gotta dumb myself down!
Oh, you were not aware of this? Your posterior to contact someone at once!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the kayfabe issues. Tonight, we've got a game called Strikers. What?
Go ahead.
Tonight, we've got a game called Strikers Grading Chart of Excellence. I will provide a topic to our esteemed panelists, and by esteemed panelists, I mean Omega BR, and Gunner will be an asshole about the whole thing as usual. They will assign a letter grade from A to F for these things. Starting off, Omega BR, Natty's current role in the Divas division, which looks like it might actually matter for once.
Well, as you know, I do not watch Total Divas, so
That's a lie.
I'm not sure just how matronly she is on the program, but, she probably should win the four-way at Night of Champions, but she won't. It'll either be the Bellas or Naomi to cause team dissension, which is great for reality TV. So I guess I will give it a C, because it kind of matters, but it kind of doesn't at the same time, because she's not really the important part,
I can flow with that. Gunner. Please give us a letter grade.
Okay. I'm gonna say V for veteran. And wily old veteran. And she's doing a B- job of it.
Okay. I'm going
Slightly
to
better
give
than
you an
average.
F on your grading skills, because V is not on the scale. Omega BR, please, how about a letter grade for AJ Lee's new tattoo that she's gotten on the nape of her neck?
Well, if you haven't seen it, it's tally marks on the back of her neck, which represent the date that she won the title. And it looks kind of goofy when you first see it. It's kind of odd, tally marks, everything. But, it could be a lot worse. And it does mean something pivotal, so I will give it a solid B.
And Gunner.
B+. Because I enjoy weird tattoos like this, and it's, let's see here, so if you add it all up together, there's 6, 15, 7, let's see here, 17, 20, 30 hash marks on the back of her neck. How old is AJ?
She's in her 20s still, I think.
I just think it would.
26.
It would have been interesting if she was 30 and the amount of hash marks added up to 30. But basically, yeah, it's a good tattoo because it's a meaningful tattoo and it's a very unique way and a very unique placement for it. So.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give it an F. Tattoos. Not a big fan. Omega BR. I already know. Please tell us. Big Show crying.
I give it 2 Golden Globes, and half an Emmy. And also the globe part from or the head off an Oscar.
All right, and Gunner.
I give it an A for Academy Award-winning acting, and I give it an F for being on my wrestling because it was bad.
The Reluctant Giant. How many times have we seen this? I give it a D.
It has always been a fantasy of mine to be the sex slave of 2 reluctant giants. One Big Show and one Andre.
I don't know why you keep... Oh my god. Oh my... Hold on. I just vomited. There we are. What do you think the Los...
Okay, this entire thing is really confusing.
What do you think the Los Matadores gimmick?
I'm just gonna have to say C. I think it's kind of neat. I'll give it a C+. It's kind of neat, having not actually seen it yet. You know, kind of a throwback to the team. They don't really have a lot of teams that are kind of the same, you know, that are actually a team that have a theme these days. So that's, you know, it could be okay.
Gunner.
Oh, suck it, duck it, quack, quack.
Gunner, he gets a boner for Primo and Epico. Omega VR. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Want to see it. The Vince Russo timeline of WCW 2000 from Kayfabe Commentaries.
Well, I haven't seen the whole thing or anything, but I have seen the trailer. And judging by the trailer, I give it an F for phony. because he seems to place a lot of blame on things but himself. In the same trailer, he says at the beginning, he alludes to, "It broke my heart to do this. I knew it wasn't right." And then later on in the trailer, when speaking on his WCW World Title win, something about, "Hey guys, it's a story," or something like that.
It doesn't matter, is basically what he implies, is that the title doesn't matter.
He contradicts himself quite a bit, just in that trailer.
All right, and Gunner.
A D, because talking about WCW 2000 instantly graded in half, and this would have been a B if Vince Russo hadn't done this a million times before.
You know what they should have done? They should have had him do a guest booker where he comes on and he books WCW 2000. There's every last Pez that Omega BR had left.
You're welcome.
Well, with that, there's only one thing to do. It's time to go to
Dairy Queen drive-through.
Which is actually what I had for dinner tonight, which is really funny.
Did you?
But
You got some hot eats in addition to your cool treats.
I did, as a matter of fact, and I ordered just a banana. Just a banana.
Wow, you're a dick.
Well, that's neither hot nor cool.
No, but it's what Chris Jericho and Lance Storm had when they were going through the line. Which is why I'm referencing that. Hey, Jacob, why don't you read the ratings?
Well, let's see here. Impact, it garnered itself a .99 rating, and averaged 1.243 million viewers. The numbers were down slightly from last week's show, which scored a 1.03 rating and averaged 1.246 million viewers. But it hit 4-month highs in the key 18 to 34 and 18 to 49 male demo. Let's see here. SmackDown. SmackDown got itself 2,794,000, which is up from last week. I do not have a number here, but Raw is delayed due to the Labor Day holiday, which is why those things should be boxes instead of little pamphlets you have to fill out and mail in. It's ridiculous. We have the internet. Why aren't we doing this?
Because we hate you. And we hate podcasts like this that sit here and read ratings because, like, they're fucking relevant or something. Spoilers, they are. So, birthdays. Since I am the unfortunate soul who is left, I will do birthdays. Let's hope there aren't any dead people. And if there are, please tweet us at SmarkSnark, at SmarkSnark, and
even if there are, who cares? They're dead.
Omega VR.
If you would like to complain, please send all complaints to at OmegaBR on Twitter. You can DM him, or you can email him omegabr@smarksnark.com.
His physical location is... So with the birthdays...
Albany, New York.
With the birthdays, September 4th, Xavier Woods and Amazing Kong. On the 5th, Slick Wagner Brown and Minoru Fujita. On the 6th, Jillian Hall, Low Key, and Wendy Richter. On the 7th, Colin Delaney, Mike Hunt, and Molly Holly. On the 8th is David Arquette, The Barbarian, The Great Kabuki, Lodi, Raven, and Reckless Youth. On the 10th, we have Rain, Superstar Billy Graham, Stephen Byrne, Matt Morgan, Don Morocco, and Drake Younger. Damn, September 10th had a lot of good birthdays. And now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega Beyond.
One of the greatest wrestlers of our time, the Mauler, Michael Hunt. Yes, it's time for This Week in Wrestling History. Circa 1968, where Kyoko Okada and Miyuki Yanagi defeat Lucille Dupree and Mary Jane for the American Girls Wrestling Association International Tag Team title in Tokyo, Japan. Jump to 1996, where during a Friday night edition of Raw, due to the U.S. Open tennis delaying it, Jim Ross shocks and confuses fans by saying that Razor Ramon and Diesel were in talks to return to the WWF. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, working for WCW at the time, deny Ross's claim. Ross would repeat the statement again on WWF shows and later introduce the, quote, new Diesel, would be played by Glenn Jacobs, later known as Kane, and the new Razor Ramon, Rick Bogner, a.k.a. Big Titan. Since WWF did not own the names and characters of Diesel, since they did own the names and characters of Diesel and Razor Ramon, they were within their rights to have new wrestlers portray the roles. However, the idea was not warmly accepted by the fans. And in 2005, PWG held the second of two events of its first annual Battle of Los Angeles at the Hollywood Los Feliz Jewish Community Center in Los Angeles, California. The show featured the final 3 rounds of the 16-man tournament, capped off with Chris Bosch defeating AJ Styles to win in the final. And that was This Week in Wrestling History.
Got some happy trails here. Happy trails to Cody Rhodes, was fired on Raw last night and soon wed his fiancée, Brandy Reed. We wish him well in his future endeavors and ask that he tweet us when he's registered so that we can send him a toaster or a blender or something. And happy trails to Randy Orton, too, since during his match with Rhodes, several fans at ringside, dressed as Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Jake Roberts, Dusty Rhodes, and Randy Savage, got a better reaction than they did, causing furious officials to send security to sit them down. However, at the end of the show, during the Dark Main event, CM Punk defeated Axel and Heyman. After that, he ran around the ringside to celebrate with fans and thank them for coming out. When he got to the corner where those guys were, he stood there for a while, talked to them, cracked jokes, and even kissed Ric Flair's ring, saying, "This is the greatest moment of my career," which I could totally see Punk doing.
And then he told them they have a vagina.
Yes. Apologize to me for thinking this incorrectly, but I thought the guy with polka dots was dressed as Colt Cabana. And I was like, oh, look at that guy dressed as Colt Cabana. And then I realized that everybody around him was dressed like other people, and I was like, oh, that's Dusty Rhodes. Never mind. Polka dots.
To be fair, he wasn't a very hefty Dusty Rhodes.
I'm sure Dusty wishes he looked that good right now.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. It was Dusty Rhodes after he was done riding that bicycle. He's got that bicycle! So what are we watching this week, gentlemen?
What are we watching this week? You tell me, Anka. What are we watching this week?
This week we are watching. Oh, am I feeling sadistic this week? No. Let's do a good match. Let's do Undertaker HBK 2 from a few WrestleManias back to remind us of when wrestling was good.
Okay, Omega, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Well, why not kill two birds with one stone and say, how about Eddie Edwards competing in the Battle of Los Angeles? I believe he was in the 2011 Bola. In fact, let me just see here.
Which one's Eddie Edwards?
Yeah, see. He's the one with the blue trunks.
Okay.
Except for when they're red. So yeah, 2011 Bola, where I believe he fought Roderick Strong and Kevin Steen. Hey, Gunner, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Yeah, Gunnar, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
I was going to say nothing.
Kazuchika Okada versus Prince Devitt from Kizuno Road, Akita, from 7/20/2013. There you go.
I said that the other week.
You did, and I'm saying this one this way.
Well, actually, did they face each other again at Kizuno Road? Was that different from their G1 Climax match?
Yes, it is.
Oh, there you go.
He's still jacking your steez, Omega. I wouldn't allow that if I were you.
I'm used to him jacking me.
Alright, so I guess that's it this week. Yes? Maybe? No?
Yeah.
No selling that comment, I guess.
Selling what comment? This is Japanese, yo. You know, sell everything, bro. Just makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, so that's it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
I'm tired. Let's
wrap this up. Let's go home.
Guys.
I hate it here.
Me too.
I know you do. Well, at least Nat Jester's not here.
Thank God. He had play practice this week.
You know who I miss? Vassar. Come home, buddy.
Vassar, please. We love you.
I think Yankum loves you a little more. I'm just saying. But moral of the story here. Thanks everybody for listening. You can listen again to all of to a bunch of our podcasts on smarksnark.com, which currently redirects to our Spreaker page, which you can find the most recent episodes of Woo Get Serious. The other Smart Snark site is down. We don't know when it's going to go back up. Not sure yet. Yankum is to get on that. But it will be back up eventually at some point or another down the line. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/smarksnark. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/smarksnark. And if you need to get a hold of us via email, smarksnark@gmail.com. If you're an independent promoter or an independent wrestler who would like a show to promote yourself on, we can do that for you. Just send us an email or send us a tweet.
Yeah, DM us. Please DM us.
And we
want to be on your show. And I'll be like, dude, you were so on the show you don't even know.
Yes, get a hold of us and DM us, please.
I think Omega might mean that in a different way. I'm not sure. We're gonna.
I hear Netcaster is getting DM'd right now.
I thought he had
it's kind of like a Dirty Sanchez.
Your mother is like a Dirty Sanchez.
All
right, and with that,
you guys take my.
Jesus.
I didn't forget the
YouTube.com.
YouTube.com/.
You didn't.
Smarksnark?
You didn't. YouTube.com/smarksnark, which is where all our old episodes are being archived. They also go on to YouTube the second they are finished on Spreaker. So there will always be an archive of the episodes up there.
Sweet. All right, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening, and have a nice day.
Good night, Marietta.
That ending sucked.